Hello everyone and welcome to the Austrian Grand Prix qualifying session here today. Hope you're doing all alright, hope you're doing all okay. We're going to flick over to Jamie because of course he's always the first one out, and as you can see he's just, he's not actually out yet. I believe he's just come out now possibly. Is that him coming along? Now that's the Aston Martin again. So we're about to see who's come out, any of our drivers at all. Not that I can see. We've just got some AIs out right now. We've got both Mercedes coming out now though. So Jamie and Ritvic together, which will be good. Hopefully they can set some good times again. Because of course after the last race, all of our drivers finished top 5. Yeah, there's 5 drivers, you know, top 5. Yeah, everyone finished top 5, which was brilliant by them all. So hopefully we can see a replication of that, but who knows. Apparently this is also Jamie's best circuit, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. We also have Harry on his outlap, ahead of both Mercedes, obviously. Not Williams, Mercedes, because I keep getting it wrong every time. It's never with Red Bull. Red Bull is clear, like Red Bull, but for some reason I always get Williams and Mercedes mixed up, and it just doesn't make sense. So, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what happens today. But yes, anyway, both of them are out currently. I have done a Wi-Fi test, so hopefully my Wi-Fi does hold together. But who knows? Be interested to see what times the guys set. We also have Sergio Perez out, and he's now on his time lap as well as the other 4. Preston's now out as well. What just happened? Ritvic. I am very confused as what just happened. Ritvic just. What? Well, great start to qualifying, unfortunately, to Ritvic. That's probably going to lead to a P20 start to Ritvic, which is, well, it's going to hurt, and that's unfortunate. So, you know, it will be interesting to see what happens. As we know, it's Harry who came out first out of our drivers, or is ahead anyway. So, we're about to see what time he's going to set. And that's a P1 for Harry right there, a 105.577. All the AIs once again stopping, you know. Don't know why. Preston, however, getting a 105.148. Callum getting a 104.883. That is brilliant by Callum and Preston there. Well done to the both of them. Getting P1, P2, Harry P3. According to Ritvic, he doesn't even know what happened. But he didn't even do anything wrong, apparently. Just spun out and it DNF'd him. Well, unlucky there by Ritvic. As I said, P20 start for him, I reckon. Which, well, we'll see, hopefully, if he can come back. But who knows? Because, I don't know what happened to Jamie, but as we know, because he went on the grass, he has landed P13, but don't rule him out yet. He can do better. We know he can do better from last race. So, hopefully, he can bring this back for Mercedes, but who knows? Harry's gone back into the pits. I have no idea. He's only been out for 1 lap. So it's going to be very interesting. I think he's on mediums, that's why. Preston also going into pits. Callum also going into pits. Little voice break there. All our drivers going into the pits now, except I suspect Jamie, who will carry on, hopefully. P11 now here for Jamie. Was P13, but gone up to 2 spaces with a 107.088. So hopefully he can improve on that and get up. And it's only by about 0.008 seconds. So I believe that's about an 8,000th of a second. More. That Gasly is ahead of Jamie. That's what I'm trying to say there. But of course we can't also ignore the fact that Sergio Perez is also P5, so well done there by Perez to get P5. I just caught that. What the hell? Both Mercedes have now DNF'd. I mean, Jamie managed to set time beforehand, so he's now, like, he's set in stone, you know, to, get, like, have a time, but both Mercedes here have DNF'd. Very unfortunate there by Jamie. Very unfortunate indeed. Harry now back on his outlap. He trying to see if he can set a new time, possibly beat Callum by getting, I don't know, all he needs to get is a 104.882 and he's got P1. Whether he can do that or not is the question we all want to hear. I will quickly turn up the sound so you guys can hopefully hear the cars a bit better. But yes, I mean, very unlucky there by both Mercedes drivers. That is going to hurt their constructors. Hopefully they can find their way back up, but whether they can or not is another mystery. Callum now on his outlap again, so we'll see if he can improve on his time and keep that P1 spot, or if it'll be stripped off him. Preston also now out as well, potentially looking to beat Callum. In fact, keep him at P1, P2 for Williams, but instead of Callum starting, Preston starts P1 in little friendly competition, teammate competition. Never hurt anyone. But yeah, Harry said gonna be looking to get either in between those two Williams or that P1 position. However, he's spun out here on that corner. Very unlucky there by Harry. I will text him now and just tell him, just to embarrass him, how I caught that. But yes, he's back on now. Here we go with Callum. Preston. I'm going to go around the same corner Harry's just gone round, so catching up for definite. But yes, 10 minutes left here of qualifying. Austria, of course, as we have seen, is that very dangerous track that can spin you out at a moment's notice, so you have to be deadly careful around those corners. If you hit that corner too much on the inside, then you are spinning, I tell you. Now, here we go, Callum, again, as I said, trying to keep that P1 position, and trying to keep that constant speed that he needs to be able to do. So, can he? That is the question. Who knows? Yeah, we're going to flick through our three drivers to see what happens here. I just want to see one of them spin out again, to be fair. Would be quite funny, wouldn't it? Callum, once again, getting the fastest lap of qualifying with a 104.762. Very impressive there, beating his, obviously beating his time by a 0.1 of a second. Maybe less than that, but, still very good by Callum there. Preston also beating its time, however, with by getting a 104.763. He may have had that before, but I don't believe so. I think he had a 105, so he still needs to improve on that. Harry's still with his 105 there. Seeing now if he can try and beat that, but he's coming up to the finish line here. About to cross it now, I believe. And that is a 105.152. Not being able to get out of that 105 range, but keeping P3 nonetheless. And of course, Callum now going into the pits, trying to potentially get new tyres. But yeah, I mean, Jamie now saying how how disappointed he is that he managed to do that. I'm going to reassure him he can come back in the race because, good commentator over here. Preston also coming into the pits now as well. Harry, I suspect, will also go into pits, but I'm not sure. No, not going into pits. In fact, keeping it going, seeing if he can beat that time, potentially. There we are, just reassuring Jamie there, and Ritvic obviously. But yeah, I mean, very unlucky by both, like Mercedes as a team. Harry now crossing the line. I believe that was the line anyway. Still not being able to beat his time, unfortunately. So still with that 105.152. But we'll definitely. Can he get that P2 position at least? I mean, that is the question. But also, we cannot forget about Harry's teammate, obviously. Sergio Perez still being P6 with a 106.685. So unlucky there by Perez. Hopefully looking to see if he can raise the bar a bit more as well. Apparently, Jamie could have got pole. Because in the time trials that he does, his best time is a 104.387, which would be Callum. So it is very unlucky here by Jamie. In fact, as I said, this is his best track. Harry coming in a little faster to the pits. I think I'll get. I don't think I'll award penalties for fast pit lanes because I mean it is, you know, the drivers, as long as they're, you know, as long as they're careful, that's the main thing, ain't it? Carlos Sainz, Sainz, I believe, as Preston told me. I thought it was Sainz. Yeah, pretty peak for me there, but Sainz, Carlos Sainz. Now P12. We're looking at the AIs because, of course, none of our drivers are out. Oh, actually, I take that back. Preston and Callum now are both out. Looking to hold their P1, P2. Preston maybe looking to get that P1 position from Callum, as I said earlier. But either way, he is P2. So we will see that Williams battle within the race. And hopefully, like last race, we'll see all our drivers finish. But, as I said, Austria is a very difficult track to drive. So it's going to be, you know, it's going to be difficult, I must say. It will be very difficult. But I believe we are now in what we had so far. Bahrain, Jeddah, Azerbaijan, Canada and Britain. We won't speak about Canada. But yeah, so we've had, this is our 6th race out of 14, so we're nearly at the halfway mark in the season. I hope you guys are enjoying this series so far. To be fair, I do think if you're excluding Canada, I think the series is going quite well so far, so hopefully you are all enjoying it. And yeah, who knows what happens in the future. But I will update you guys eventually. But yes, here we go with Preston now, going around these corners. Callum as well going around the corners, trying to hold that great speed and keep that P1 position. But I've only just noticed, I'm not sure whether Preston just finished over the line or not, whether he just got it, but there is legit a 0.001 second. Preston now coming into the finish line, and he's just beaten Callum here with a 104.574 here, P1 here for Preston. What a brilliant drive to get that P1 position from Callum here in the qualifying session. So, I mean, as a team as a whole, very well done to Williams. Unlucky there by Callum, however, in not getting that P1 position back. But that doesn't matter because he'll definitely be out there trying to get it. Harry's AI, of course, still driving around. Not AI. Oh my. Harry is still in. I completely forgot. Harry is now, you know, trying to look for that P2 position from Callum, potentially even P1. Can he get it again? That is a question. I don't know. Just gonna have to wait and see, aren't we? But about. Oh, hit the gravel there. Unlucky there by Harry. But Preston also going into the pits now. so trying to get the fresh tyres again. Harry, well, with 3 minutes left here of qualifying, can he once again get that P2 position? Who knows? We're about to find out here. Has got it unlucky there by Harry not to get the P3 position. P2 position, sorry. With 2 minutes and 40 seconds left of qualifying, will this be our top three, but Preston, Callum, and Harry, or will we see a mix round in the top three? It's just, you know, even with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left, anything can be changed. So who knows indeed what's going to happen. Yellow flag in sector 2 there for Harry. All the AIs are now coming out, however, on new fresh tyres, and I think, I mean, you guys didn't see it on the Canada qualifying. Yeah, but it's one of our problems with Canada. With that Grand Prix, with that qualifying, sorry, AIs were in the pits for ages, suddenly came out and destroyed everyone. That's why they were all back, like, at the back of the grid. That race was because all the AIs just stormed them. As soon as they all came out, they just completely stormed them. Whether that'll happen here will be very interesting to see. But Callum now coming into the pits as well. Harry now out still, but will he be looking to pit? That is a question, isn't it? Going round the corner here for Harry. I believe he's just finished a lap, if I'm correct with my positioning here. But I'm also wondering whether Jamie will be able to survive in that P15 position, of course, with Stroll, Mazepin, Schumacher and Giovinazzi behind him. It's going to be very interesting to see. Very interesting indeed. But 58 seconds now left here of qualifying. We're looking at some final laps here. But some of the AIs now out on their timed laps here. So again, we'll be very interested to see what happens. Harry approaching the finish line. Crosses it. It still can't beat his time, unfortunately. Unfortunate for Harry there. Races straight over the corner. He knows this is his final chance, so that's what I'm seeing from him anyway. He knows this is his final chance to really get, that position. With 20 seconds left to qualifying, this will be his final lap, no doubt. And none of our drivers have gone out early. And when I mean gone out, I don't mean DNF'd, I mean lagged out. So they will all finish at once. I believe Preston Callum will finish straight away because they are in the pits. With yep, there you are. They've now finished qualifying. We got Harry, of course, on his final lap here. A lot of VAIs now finishing as well, not being able to beat Harry. However, Jamie now down to P16. Of course, you have Mazepin, Giovinazzi, and Giovinazzi, yeah. Schumacher behind him. Harry now coming up to the finish line. Will he be able to beat his time? I think he's just beating his time. That is going to be very interesting to see. If he's got P1 at qualifying. Well, here you are. Here is your top three. We have Preston, Callum and Harry, all with a 104 there. Not much difference between the three, but yes, I hope you have all enjoyed this qualifying. Hello everyone and welcome to the Austrian Grand Prix here today. I hope you are having a brilliant day today. I hope you are doing all okay. And here we are with another brilliant race here for all of you. Fastly, this F1 series has been going brilliant. We've been seeing competitive races after competitive races, and we are not done yet. Far from it, because of course today we are here, as I've already said, in Austria, and this track has 3 DRS zones, so that's 3 advantages for more speed, for more overtaking, and we are going to see some very fast speeds here today. It is, of course, mainly straights with one chicane, but that will be very, very interesting to see, the types of speeds our drivers can get up to today. And, of course, as I just mentioned, how many overtakes our drivers can get today, whether someone will absolutely pace out P1 and get that win, or whether there'll be some little competitiveness between P1 and P2, maybe even further back, coming in from further back and winning it all. You never know from this F1 series so far. But why waste any more time? Let's get straight into this. Lights out and away we are here at the Austria Grand Prix. Here we have Preston and Callum and Harry, P1, P2, P3. That was all changed a minute ago with Sonoda going up to P2, but back down to P4 for Sonoda. P2 now for Harry, however. Signs are straight off the track. I think that was Leclerc actually, sorry. My mistake there. But yeah, Harry now P2, Preston P1, and Callum P3. However, Jamie down at P12 now. Massive climb there by Jamie. Well done to him. Riffic now also getting up to P14 as well. Mercedes are making a good comeback in lap 1, but will they be able to hold that out? Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see here. But back up the top of the table. Harry is down to P5, now lost the positions from P2, from Callum back up to P2, Snyder up to P3, and Alonso up to P4, so very unlucky there by Harry, but he's going to be looking for those positions back, hopefully. Might be going for an overtake here, in fact. Who knows? No DRS yet, of course. Very unlucky there to hit the gravel, again by Harry. But, of course, Jamie as well approaching Ricciardo here, looking for that position. Can he get it on the corner? He unfortunately can't, but he's really approaching them. He's going on the inside of Ricciardo, and I believe he's got it here. No, Ricciardo just gains it back. Jamie goes right up and gets P11, and he's now right behind Esteban Ocon, and Harry up to P4 here, battling away with Alonso, but just gets ahead. I did see some minor attack there, more actually as well. More conflict here with Alonso and Harry. We have a great battle going on here between the two. Harry looking for that position. Alonso now in a dangerous place. That is his wing gone. I believe Alonso sort of brake checked him, just like how he brake checked Preston. Again, very unlucky. Harry not having a good race so far. Harry seriously needs to come back here. I'm not sure what's going to happen with Harry, but we shall find out later on, I guess. Jamie and now Ritvic up to P12. Well, Jamie just got an overtake on Ocon. Going to be looking at those positions. However, Jamie now overlapping, well not overtaking Harry. So was Ritvic, so was Ricciardo as well. I believe Ocon did it as well just before. But Jamie and Ritvic now going to be looking to get past Ocon here. And back up to points position. This is of course a rainy one, so I am suspecting a lot of safety cars here, and we already do in the races, so who knows what's going to happen here. Of course, the Williams up the top here, P1, P2. Not much conflict going on between them, unfortunately. So that's why we're mainly focusing on the other guys. Harry now in the pits. Not a great start here by Harry. However, I'm not sure what happened to Ritvic, but he's also down at P18 now. But if we look up at P9, Jamie has roared up from P16 to P9, and now Harry, Harry now complaining about Alonso. Everyone gets messed up by Alonso, I swear. But here we are with the Williams now. Preston approaching the finishing line here for the start of lap 4 now. Callum, however, gets a faster lap with a 1:14.545. Definitely going to be looking to catch up on Preston. Harry here with a 12-second gap between him and Sanz. So going to be looking to catch up with Carlos there. Ritvic with a 0.8 gap between him and Giovinazzi. So definitely going to be looking to do that. However, Jamie looks to be going for the overtake on not one but two. That is Perez and Norris. Could he climb to P8? No, P7, sorry. From the way this has started, Jamie, if he doesn't spin out, if he doesn't, DNF, he could be in for a really brilliant race here. But we just have to wait and see, won't we? I'm keeping an eye on times here. Jamie looks to be the one closest for an overtake. So gonna be interesting. Come on, here we go, Jamie. He's trying to find out way past Perez, but Perez absolutely defending him off, keeping that gap between them. Jamie now utterly closing, almost contact. There's contact there. However, Jamie going on the inside, getting past Perez there. Going to be looking for that overtake on Norris now with a 1.3 second gap. So very interesting indeed. However, Callum up at the top, catching up with Preston now, almost in DRS range. But what I should have remembered is there's no DRS in range, so it's all down to driver's skill here. No assistance, apart from of course the energy results. But who knows what's going to happen. I believe some damage there to someone's wing, as much as I can see. I'm not too sure, but I think I saw something fly off. So Perez now down to P17, of course pitting Jamie up to P8, still trying to attack Norris here. Got a 0.5 second gap, 0.4 now. If he can get past Norris, this will change the game massively. We go down to P16 however, and DRS is enabled. Excuse me, I did say earlier if it is not enabled within rain. Yes, it is. We have seen proof that DRS is now enabled, so that's going to be crucial, especially with Jamie, who's definitely looking for the overtake here. Can he get it though? That's the question. He may be going on me outside Norris. He can't do it. He's definitely going to be looking to, but however, Preston now in the pit. I suspect Tsunoda, or actually Tsunoda, Alonso, Vettel and Raikkonen, all of them are coming in now, swapping to mediums. That might be why DRS is now enabled. Was that wise decision mode? Because it looks like it's still quite wet out there. Will we see those guys slip? I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see everyone pitting, everyone coming in. However, Jamie up to P3 now. Massive improvement here by Jamie. Of course, he doesn't pit, so he's kept going. But could he push Preston? I mean, it's not out of the woods yet. I believe the track is quite dry, so he will have to pit, which will mean he will be going down a little bit, but that does not matter too much. Ritvic now up to P5, sorry, just got the overtake on good old Alonso. That Harry will be happy with that, because of course some payback there for Alonso. But yes, here we are with who else is? Oh yes, here we are with Harry and Sergio Perez down at P17 and P18. Perez just coming up bits now, but 9 second gap here between Harry and Mazepin. Harry definitely going to be looking to try and improve that time, try and get ahead, but whether he can do it or not is the question. I just find Jamie the real interesting run right now. However, Jamie going into pits, that will massively affect him. But also, so is Ricardo and Callum. A lot of change is going to be here. Can he get out fast enough? That is the question. P4 now here for Jamie. I believe that's another P3, P5 now, P6, P7. So not too much work undone there, but still going to be looking to try and gain those positions back, hopefully. But I believe Norris has just got ahead of Jamie there, so unlucky there by Jamie. But he has got a 0.2 second gap, which is going to be looking for the overtake. Can he get the overtake? He's going for it. I believe he's got it. I switched over wrong time, and I believe, yes, he has got it. But if we go down quickly, Harry and Ritvic once again fighting. Well, they were fighting, sorry. Harry has managed to get away somehow. But yes, those two are fighting. Of course, Ritvic will not be giving up. Plus a 1.2 second gap now between him and Harry. Definitely going to be looking to improve on that. Perez, of course, P18 behind Ritvic with a 6 second gap there. Going to be looking to improve that gap there. But Jamie with a 5 second gap between him and Raikkonen. Callum with a 1.8 second gap between him and Preston. I think this is shaping up to be a good race with 36 laps in total. We're on lap 8 now, so just under about 20 laps to go. I believe, I may be wrong there actually, no, 30 laps, sorry. So I believe that's about 28 laps now. Ocon, however, has just been DNF'd, which takes Ritvic up to P16. So yeah, unlucky there by Ocon. Harry set him the fastest lap with 110.130, I believe that was. So definitely going to be looking to catch up to Mazepin and get his positions back. However, if we look at that quickly, Rivik is madly going for it, going on the corner. Can he get it? Corner cut and sends Harry completely wide. Was that truly necessary? Because Preston now getting a 109.064. Well done by Preston, but again, was that really necessary by Rivik? Almost going in for contact there between him and Harry. Definitely looking at overtake, trying to go on the inside, can't. Trying going on the outside, can't. Going on the inside of this corner though, and he's got past him with a little bit more wheel contact. Sends Harry wide, recovers it luckily, but yes, Harry down to P16 now. I wonder, will Harry want to press grid penalties again? Because the way I see it, was that truly necessary by Rivik? I mean, you know, I don't know, to be fair. Was there enough way he could have overtaken Matt without, like, actually, you know, well, causing wheel contact between him and Harry? Because he was the one who caused that, not Harry. Harry was just driving normally, and Rivik came in, crossed the corner, basically almost corner cutted, and sent Harry wide. So was that truly necessary? I don't know. Harry though getting that position back, but goes wide again because it caused too much speed. Yeah, he's back down below Rivik. Definitely gonna be looking to overtake him. Can he? He's going on that corner. Can't get in on the inside. Doesn't get close enough to Rivik for that to happen. But we'll definitely be looking for it to happen though on this corner. Going round the bend now. Going around the bend once again. And he's not been able to catch up Rivik. 0.9 now with potentially DRS if he can enable it. If it will allow him to enable some DRS soon. I believe that's too fast. A bit of lag there, unfortunately for Harry once again. But it looks to be alright for now. In fact, so it should be interesting. We'll go back to in a minute. However, Rivik with a 0.3 second gap now, looking to overtake Mazepin here. Will we get it? But also at the same time, the other Mercedes driver with a 0.7 second gap, absolutely closing that on that corner there. Down to a 0.3 second gap. Rivik, however, fighting with Mazepin right now. Get P14 from Mazepin. Will we be able to hold it? That is the question. But if we go back up to the other Mercedes driver for Jamie here, will he be able to overtake Vettel here? There's a 0.2 second gap now. It's closing. However, Harry, if we go back down to Harry quickly, can we get there fast enough? A 0.1 second gap. I believe Jamie's just got the overtake on Vettel here. Yes, he has. He's just been able to get the overtake. Vettel trying to get it back now, but can't. Harry just getting my overtake on Mazepin. There's too much going on right now. Yes, just got the overtake on Mazepin. Well done there by Harry to get that overtake. Jamie now up to P3, however. Little bit of weird contact there by him and Alonso, but he is up. He's up to P3. This is a fight. Now with a 26 second gap, however, between him and Callum, can he, you know, close that gap? That's the question. Callum is a skilled driver, and he's currently catching up to Rustin, so that's going to be very interesting. Rivik, however, up to now P13. Well done on overtaking Joe Nazi there. Harry also just overtook Joe Nazi. Luckily, I caught that. But yes, well done there by Harry and Rivik. They're building up the times. But for real, I mean, will Jamie be able to close that gap? That's what I'm questioning. Who knows? But also, the question is, will Callum be able to close this gap between him and Preston? On lap 12, no safety cars yet, and hopefully they'll be none soon. Touch wood. I'm majorly touching this wooden desk right here. Yes, here we go with Callum with a 0.8 second gap here between him and Preston. Can we see some Williams fighting potentially? I do want to see that if there's some teammate rivalry, but whether that happened or not will be another question. But yeah, Callum seems to be working his way up there. can't exactly close the gap, quite struggling. However, gone faster that with a 107.216 here. Well done there by Callum. I hear his DRS coming into fruition as well. That would be a major thing for Callum here to catch up with Preston. Now actually closing down that gap, down from 0.9 to 0.7, looking to make it 0.6. Can't, but keeps it together on that corner there. 0.6 now. That for corners, I believe, will be major. So will his ERS and DRS. All major factors there. Whether he can do something with it, who knows? Rivik, however, has, I mean, I don't really want to turn away because this is the first footage we got of Preston and Callum, but from what I can see, Rivik up to P12 now, looking to get back into points. Whether he can do it or not is another question. But here we go with Callum still trying to find that overtake on Preston. Preston managing to keep that space between them two. So lucky there by Preston. Now on to lap 14 for Preston. Lap 14 also for Callum here. All that corners, he's getting quite close to him with a 0.5, 0.6 second gap. Preston is now getting away, however, DRS has just been activated by Callum here. Absolutely storming him. 0.2 second gap now potentially. Can't go on the inside to get overtaken by to get the overtake on Preston here. Preston now getting away, but again DRS activated. ERS may also come into it. Be interesting whether to see if it will or not. Back down to 0.2 gap here. Getting real close here with a 0.3 now down. Come on, come on. We want to see some Williams battle here. That's the only reason I want to see Callum catch us, because we want to see some fighting here. So going to be very interesting. Come on, Callum. I believe also that is Leclerc potentially getting potentially about to get blue flagged here by Preston. But who knows? Potentially it could be Callum first, even though with a 0.1, 0.5. And he's got it. He's got the overtake on Preston, but Preston gains it back. DNF unlucky there by Rivik, however. I don't know what's happened here, but I'll try and get some information now. Harry up to P10 now. Well done by Harry. Perez still P60 now. Rivik hasn't said anything yet. I'm gonna see what happened. Hopefully Callum will be able to catch up with Preston though. Right, here we go with Callum now, absolutely on Preston's tail. They're also catching up to Leclerc here, I believe. So very unlucky there, but Leclerc, come on, tries to go on the outside of Preston, can't. But here we go with, Callum can't. He's been very unlucky here. Very unlucky indeed. Harry, however, now up to P10. Looking for the overtake on Schumacher. Can he do it? That is the question. Who knows? Jamie being able to keep that P3 position. Well done by Jamie. Safety car here, however, I believe, due to what happened to Rivik. So, of course, we all knew it was going to be a safety car eventually. Because there is every race. But yes, here we are on lap 15. Harry, of course, can't overtake Schumacher, so unlucky there. Both Williams now behind the safety car. This will be a fight now. Since that safety car goes in, Callum will be attacking majorly, trying to get out of position. And according to Rivik, this is what happened. He overtook Ricciardo and went for it for Stroll straight away. Him and Stroll were fighting, but Ricciardo came out of nowhere. And they both pinched him, spun him out, and he went into a wall. So very unlucky there by Rivik. Apparently Callum was so close to taking P1, but of course the safety car there by Rivik. So unlucky there by Callum. Jamie though, this is a massive advantage for Jamie. Purely for the fact that there was a 30-second gap before. That gap is closing, and it's closing quickly. And there's 2 laps of the safety car, so Jamie could massively come back in this race. Imagine the scenes if Jamie got P1. That would ultimately, well, that would change things definitely for third place in the championship. Would he be? I mean, he wouldn't be able to overtake Harry because Harry also has to win and more points, but he'll be catching up to Harry by definitely. Yeah, 3 second gap. Jamie has caught up now, 100% caught up here. So going to be very interesting to see. I believe we have a lot of black cars here as well, which he's going to massively have to overtake. But is that an advantage? Because DRS, of course, as we know, could be that advantage. But also Harry, as well. Sorry, I can't speak. Harry, P10, but we'll be able to also get overtakes as well. We have 20 laps here left of Austria. Sorry, I just sent a random message. I need to delete. 5 second penalty here for Signs. I know how to say it. It comes out weird. But yes, 5 second penalty for Carlos. 5 second penalty again for Stroll. For another 5 second penalty for Carlos. No, I mean Stroll for collision with Carlos. So that means there's going to be a 10 second penalty there for Stroll. 5 second penalty for Carlos. And a 5 second penalty, I believe, for Sonoda. Should we check them out quickly, see what we got? Detail here, penalties, yeah, as we suspected, but also 5 second penalty for Ricardo, and it's actually a 10 second penalty for Carlos. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens, yeah, who knows indeed. But if we head up quickly to Jamie here, he's going to have a massive advantage the way I see it. The amount of blue flags he's going to get, it's going to be, I was about to say he's overtaken someone, but he hasn't, of course, because they've been lapped. I believe that was Daniel Ricciardo there. His pit window's now open. 5 second penalty for Harry for ignoring the yellow flag. Is that because he overtook Giovinazzi? I'm not sure. I have to ask him about that. Who knows? But there is only one car now, and I believe that's Lance Stroll, or that's either Lance or Vettel. I believe it's Lance. Between Preston, between Callum and Jamie. So, battle between the top three? I hope so. I really do, because we want to see that fight. We do. And also because Ritvik's DNF, Jamie really has to get those points ahead of Harry to keep that second place in the Constructors' title. Very interesting to see. 5 second penalty here for Perez. That's unlucky for Red Bull there, actually. Safety car in this lap. We are about to see some real racing here, people. I just want to see some real battles going on here. Who's going to pit first? Who knows? That's the question, isn't it? I believe, yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think any of Williams have actually pitted yet. So it should be interesting to see what happens. But here we go with Jamie now. Ready, absolute willing, and ready to get that P2. Callum also ready. And as you can see, he's ready to get that P1. And he's going to go for it majorly. Here we are, back underway here from the safety car has gone in. And here we go with Callum now, trying to get that P1 position. Jamie now closing in on Callum. Unlucky there by Jamie, goes wide, but he is able, hopefully, to get back in this. That time is getting counted down, as you can see. If there's a battle between Callum and Preston, so he will be able to take advantage of that. A little spin out there by Jamie, but not to worry. However, Harry now P8, just overtook Schumacher. I believe Giovinazzi did overtake him, but he managed to get that position back, so now P8 for Harry indeed. But here we are with Jamie trying to get back between that in that 1 second. He really needs to for that DRS. Whether he can or not is another question. Callum absolutely attacking Preston now with a 0.6 second gap. Whether he can get it or not, that is the question. But who knows? He's gaining. He's really gaining, you know, with a 0.5 second gap. DRS possibly as well, which is going to mess up Jamie as well, because that's going to take away Jamie's time as well between for the gap. 2-second gap now between Jamie and Callum. Unlucky there by Jamie, but Callum is absolutely catching up to Preston now with a 0.2 second. He almost got it, but couldn't get it on that corner. Still hunting for it majorly here. But if we go down the table very quickly, Harry is also approaching. Oh, he's going straight through Norris actually. Well, yeah, well, and that's obviously the game again. I'm messing it up. A P7 here for Harry. So well done to Harry for that. 0.3 second gap now between Preston and Callum. Not much change. Jamie with a 2-second gap between him and Callum. Definitely catching up now, but hopefully it won't take too long here. Lap 20 now, approaching Preston. Has he got it? And he's got it on the corner. He's cut Preston off, I believe. Oh no, Preston's gone into the pits. I was about to say he's been cut off, but he hasn't. Jamie is now also going into pits. A lot of the guys going into pits now. Callum will have to go into pits as well. So I don't know what's about to happen. Harry now staying out though as well, because he pitted earlier. Does not need to pit yet. With that time penalty as well, he needs to improve his time up to P2 here for Harry. P6 for Jamie. P5 for Preston here. So not too bad. It can get those positions back. It's not that difficult to be fair. 7-second gap here for Harry. Could he potentially catch up Callum? As we know, he does have that 5-second penalty. He will serve it in the pit lane because it is a 5-second. It's 5 seconds, so he will end up serving that in the pit lane. So it will be very interesting to see what happens here. Lap 21 out of 36 now. This race is going much quicker than previous races. I must say, which is brilliant. But yes, here we are with Callum now, trying to keep his position. Lap 22 now with Callum in front. 9-second gap now between him and Harry. So unlucky there by Harry not being able to catch up. However, Preston is right on Pierre Gasly now. Hold up a minute. Wait a sec. What? I think Jamie's also just overtaken him. I am so... What? That was a red car, I swear. Oh, Pierre Gasly went into pits, that's why. I got very confused there. I really did. But yes, Jamie now up to P5, Preston P4, Harry P2, and Callum P1. And unfortunately, Ritvik DNF'd. But Sergio Perez also DNF'd now. That is not good for Red Bull in terms of the Constructors' title. So it's now down to, well, Jamie and Harry. But Harry should now take P1 because, I mean, actually he may be going into pits himself, but he's not. He's going to go straight past the pits and get that P1 position here from Callum. Very unfortunate by Callum, but had to pit eventually, didn't he? Whether he'll get out in time is another question. Not being overtaken by Vettel. Preston, however, just overtaken Vettel here. Also Callum as well. So he's going to be madly approaching him to try and get P3 back. Jamie now has that 4-second gap between him and Callum. Vettel, however, trying to gain that time on Preston, but I highly doubt that will be possible. But yes, Jamie now with a 4-second gap. As we know, Harry will have to pit eventually. If we look at the tyres quickly, Harry has 16 lap old tyres. That is not good in retrospect. I suspect he will have to pit very soon. But how long he can keep that P1 position, we will find out, won't we? Preston now racing up though with a 3.6 second gap between him and Harry, trying to close that gap eventually. Callum, however, getting very close to Vettel here. Can he get the overtake on Vettel? Something's happened to Harry. Has he been has he been kicked out? He appears to have been kicked out. Very unfortunate by Harry. He's gonna. Well, I'm gonna tell him to try and get back on because he needs to get back on. He has a good position. And Preston, however, now going for that overtake on Harry. Harry's AI actually defending very well, but can't defend good enough. Preston gets that position back from Harry. Now P1 once again for Preston there. I believe Callum also approaching Harry here. Jamie, although P5, which is a good position for Mercedes, 9-second gap between him and Vettel. He needs to close that gap. However, Jamie has just got that overtake. No, Callum's just got that overtake. Sorry. Harry's now gone into bits P4. Jamie may be looking to get that overtake on Harry. Can he do it though? That's a question. Jamie's trying to beat him out of the pit lane. Can he do it? And I believe he's done it. Yes, he has. He's now going to be hunting Vettel majorly. Harry's trying to get back on, but whether he can or not, that is a question. Hopefully he can, because he's currently P6. He can get those positions back easily. It isn't impossible, as we know. But yes, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Not too many close battles going on here between our drivers currently. Yeah, hopefully, said Harry can get back in, and yeah, I mean, hopefully it doesn't lag out, because of course Perez is DNF'd, so it all comes down to Harry to gain points in the constructors now. But yes, Preston now roaring up to lap 26 now, and that's closely followed by Callum, and of course Jamie as well. Harry a little bit behind, but that does not matter. But I believe, unfortunately, Harry has just been overtaken here by Norris, because once again Harry is going into pit lane, although he's just been in it, which doesn't make sense. Why would he go in if he's just been in? That doesn't make sense at all. But yeah, I mean, who knows? Harry, are now informing Harry for letting Harry know he's been pit twice there. Preston out to P1, Callum P2, Jamie P4, and Harry back down to P14. That is not good at all for Harry with 9 laps left. Has his whole race just been mucked up? I don't know, that. It was very unfortunate there by Harry indeed. Jamie, however, back up to P3. Well done there by Jamie. Is this, well, I wouldn't say it's our podium yet, but with a 14-second gap between him, between Jamie and Callum, and I doubt the ARs are going to catch up to Jamie, but who knows. It's going to be very interesting to see. But yeah, who knows. Callum now up to a 1.1 second gap between him and Preston. Can he catch up? Who knows. Ritvik also making a very good point there. When the first time that Harry went in, he didn't actually pit. He basically did a drive-through penalty for no reason. I mean, he didn't even have one. And of course Harry serving his 5-second penalty. You know, again on the second one, very unlucky for Harry there. But yeah, I don't know what's going on here. We have 8 laps left of the race here. I think this has been the quickest race we've had so far, so it has been brilliant. But yeah, here we are with Jamie now roaring up, trying to build, well, lose that gap, but I highly doubt he will be, but still P3 is quite good. Fast lap here for 106.572 for Harry. I'm not sure whether he's back in or not, but with a fast lap like that, who knows. Harry now gaining on Giovinazzi here. I believe just got I'm not sure what happened there. I believe Stroll was not sure whether he's lapped Stroll or not. Should we have a look to see? Harry now managing to get past Giovinazzi. I believe. Yes, so Stroll, Ricardo, and Sainz. Signs. I need to get you to say that. Signs is being lapped, but have a safety car here. That will massively help Harry here at the very least to catch up. But also, like we said beforehand, it will also massively help Jamie and Callum at the same time. The only one it's negatively possibly affecting is Preston. I do believe, however, though, Harry is back in, being P12 now, climbing back up. I do believe he is back in. P11 now here for Harry. Of course, loads of the others pitting. And that's lap 29 now, so 7 laps left to go here at Austria. So I think, to be fair, it's been a very good race. It's only had 2 safety cars. Normally we have about 3 or 4, so it's not been too bad, to be fair. But yeah, hopefully, I am hoping generally, because of, you know, I mean, last race went very well for Mercedes, obviously, but because of races before that, not going too well for Mercedes in terms of getting in points and DNFing, I'm hoping Jamie can, you know, pull some masterpiece out. But we shall wait and see. Now for Williams, you know, building up in that safety car queue. Who is that? I believe that might be, that's Stroll. That doesn't look like Stroll from back. You got to admit, that does look white from the back. I don't know, but it has, that looks like a Haas, but it's not Wait, actually, hold up. That is a Haas, that's Mazepin. I don't know why I said it was Stroll. That is in fact Mazepin himself. Somehow he hasn't managed to unlap himself. It's just how Preston's caught up to him, I believe. But I'm not sure. But yeah, Mazepin leads the safety car queue here. Harry up to P11 trying to catch up to that safety car queue. Jamie now caught up completely. Callum, however, up to P1 now. Well done to Callum there. Managing to get that P1 place. Finally, after many battles, it shall be very interesting to see what happens. But of course, we all know that in the past there has been some conflict between Jamie and Preston. I believe it was in the Jeddah race. Like Jamie kind of pushed Preston into the wall, which was very unlucky there. 5-second penalty for Mazepin for a severe collision with Schumacher himself, which puts Callum up top of the safety car queue. That's going to be a massive thing for Callum there to try and get away in enough time. Preston now being held up by 2 Hasses. However, because of that, Jamie is now right behind Preston. Could he get that overtake? I mean, the safety car should be going in about lap 32, I believe, so next lap. So, but I don't know. Hopefully, we will see some fight from both Williams and the Mercedes. But who knows? Safety car is in this lap, so that's quite good. Of course, Jamie raring to go here. Not overtaken, but pulling a Max Verstappen and kind of pulling alongside Preston here now. It is very possibly, it's a very good possibility, sorry, that Jamie could get this P2 position. Whether he will be able to or not is another question. But if we go down to Harry, however, P11 could get a few more positions back. Is he not outwards yet? I don't think. But here we are now. we're about to restart this race, and I believe we have Jamie losing that gap slightly to Preston, but he's not lost it completely yet. Blue flagged here for Schumacher and Mazepin, of course, from Preston and Jamie. Jamie could be getting DRS, but also Preston also has DRS, so I mean, I don't think Jamie will be able to catch up here. However, on corners, he may be able to. Oh no! Jamie's just spun out and caused a huge crash by reversing. Sebastian Vettel's gone out. Very unlucky there by Jamie to spin out. I told you guys that, you know, this circuit, this whole circuit, you can spin out on any corner. You can DNF on any corner, and there is your proof. Jamie was doing brilliantly with a P3 position and has now unfortunately lost it. However, Harry gaining on Leclerc here. Is he able to get past? And he is. However, going a bit wide off the track there, but still, nevertheless, gets him out of position. 106.073 for Preston here. Absolutely gaining on Callum. We're looking for that overtake. Will we finally see a proper Williams overtake here? And Preston's got that position, but Callum keeps fighting back. Preston sends Callum wide, and Preston's got the position back. Preston has got that P1 back. That is massive for the championship in itself. Right now, this championship is massively contested between Preston and Callum, both being top. But you know, with Preston now being P1, even though Callum's winning the championship, that does not mean anything. Preston is fighting back. Preston has now got P1, has sent Callum back majorly by 3 seconds with 3 laps to go. What is going on here? Like this, I actually, you know, this is massive in terms of everything. But of course, with them both being DRS now back enabled, but with of course both Williams being P1, P2, that is constructors even more guaranteed for Williams here. With 2 laps left to go, Harry with a 4-second gap here. Could he close it in time? He's looking to. He's going wide though, but he's keeping his speed massively to try and catch up. Jamie P5 now with a 3-second gap between him and Leclerc. Could he get that position back from Leclerc? Who knows? Will be very interesting to see. Harry, again with a up to a 5-second gap now. Callum up to a 4-second, nearly a 5-second gap between him and Preston. What a great drive by Preston, losing that P1 position to Callum on the safety car, and gains it back. Not only gains it back, but actually sends Callum back into a no-threat zone, basically. This could be major for Preston in the championship. Jamie, however, closing the gap, so Leclerc is not out for woods yet, not by any chance. Now almost down to a 1-second gap here. Could he get it? I don't know. I mean, Jamie's really looking to close that gap into 1 second. He has, and into a 1 second. Of course, the Haas now getting blue flagged. So having to move out the way here for Jamie. Jamie closing in on Leclerc here with a 1.3 second gap. That DRS will be activated, and Jamie could be going up to P4 here. And we could be seeing all our racers, of course, except Ritvick, unfortunately getting DNF'd again. But all the racers currently racing being top of the grid. So well done there by our drivers, completely and utterly. But yes, DRS now here for Jamie. He could potentially be getting this with a 0.5 second gap. Looking for it on the bend. He has 2 more laps, or 1.5 nearly now. Left to get this P4 position. I highly doubt that Callum or Harry will be getting new positions. I suspect they'll be staying where they are. But Jamie could be getting this P4 position on the last lap of race. Of course, Jamie is not on the last lap yet. He's approaching that finish line now, and he's about to start the last lap of a race here with a 0.3 second gap here between him and Leclerc. Can he get that position? We hope so. The 0.1 second gap turning in now into the corner, and he's passed Leclerc here for P4. P4. Well done by Jamie here. Absolute great drive. Gets that P4 position and away from Leclerc. Leclerc will be a threat, obviously, with DRS, but that does not matter because this is a final lap of race. If Jamie can just hold the P4 position, we will be seeing such a great race. If only Ritvick had managed to finish, but it was very unlucky by Ritvick not to. But here we go with Preston now, nearly up to the final corner of the race now. Second to final corner, around about the final corner. And ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner of the Austrian Grand Prix. Preston, of course, from Williams, once again getting his, I believe, the third win of the championship for him. It's going to be ultimately deciding of the championship. He'll be closing in on that position with Callum. Callum also finishing P2. Harry now finishing P3. And Jamie up to P4. What a brilliant race here by all four of our drivers. Unlucky by Ritvick, of course, not to finish, but he will be coming back next race. I am very sure. But brilliant race by all of them. Driver day, of course, goes to Jamie himself. Massive improvement there. And here we are with the podium now of the race. Here we are with the of course, with the thing here, I can't remember what it is, but podium here, we completely lost the words, but here we are, Preston, now once again with P1, Callum P2, and Harry finally coming P3, our top three in the championship, getting podiums each. Here we are now with the standings though, of course we know it, but we're going to have a look anyway.